Welcome back to the channel, guys. Judo Sloth here. I hope you're having a good one. Today we have another 5 versus 5 war. However, I did enter this one late, so I missed the first couple of attacks. I still wanted to bring you it because there was already a 3-star from either team. This one is CruncHTime versus OneHive in the Pinnacle Cup, and I was able to get into the replays in order to show you them throughout the video. But for the rest of the live attacks, it was so entertaining, so exciting and close, and there was more 3 stars to come. So I thought I would bring it to you anyway, even though it was the back half of the war, just because I figured you would enjoy it. So without further ado, why don't we go ahead and get into the live attacks. We have Sebex of OneHive. They are in against Kevin. We are late to the war, but it is an exciting one. 3 stars from both clans. So let's see what we've got for the end of this one. How will it turn out? Sebex with the Queen charge, driving forward. Hogs and Miners coming towards that town hall. King and the siege barracks down to the left. Hogs have gone around the town hall here. Miners will get there, but the Hogs have gone. They're low on health, and the scattershot wipes them out. Not a great start there for Sebex. Is going to get the Town Hall and the 2 stars, and we do have another subscriber on Twitch. It's Nero. Thank you so much for subscribing. More Hog Riders out of the siege barracks, but everything caught in this area. It's not going to happen for Sebex. Uses the next heal spell. He can push through the central area, but he's not going to get to the back end of the base. It's not going to happen. Royal Champion still has that ability. He's got plenty of cleanup troops, but everything is just going to go down. There's too much damage. He's still got the multi, 2 wizard towers, and not to mention 20 seconds. Get that Royal Champion's ability off. Sebex, use that ability. There it goes, trying to get anything, but he needs the wizards in. He needs the extra cleanup troops in to try and get percentage. In come the wizards and the goblins to try and do anything. Gets to 82, 83, maybe 85. There it is, 85%. But let's have a look at it. Let's see how this one goes. As OneHive with 7 stars, a 3-star against Sham1 with Matty. CruncHTime with 3 stars from Kevin against Sebex and a 70%. So percentage-wise, CruncHTime probably happy with the extra attack. However, they couldn't catch up on percentage. They would still be behind on percent. Fail time is in with the Queen Charge Hog Riders. I will be sure to bring you the 2 3-stars that have already gone in at the end of this one. However, how does it play out? We've joined halfway through. CruncHTime are behind on percentage. Even if they 3-star here, they're still behind on percentage, but they would have an extra star. Fail time knows his stuff. He's got 3 stars again and again. Queen Charge Hog Riders obviously feels like coming in from this southern area, he can get pretty good value. Using the jump spell, he's got a tremendous funnel created here where the Queen will jump straight in, not after taking down that scatter shot, which will help massively because it just does so much damage. There is a Coconut Loon, but unfortunately the Black Bomb was hiding on the outside, not next to the Archer Tower. Another rage spell though takes the Queen through the enemy Queen, through the Expo, and lures the Clan Castle. Poison will come in, and Miners and Hogs will drive straight into the multi-inferno. Interesting. Does he go with a Yeti Blimp? What is inside the siege barracks? It is going to be Hog Riders. Could have been a good one this for the Yeti Blimp, but obviously feels like the siege barracks is the better option, and the air sweeper could have been the issue. Hog Riders will get through, and he's waiting until you'll be able to get to that 50% when the Town Hall is activated. 42. It's got to get to 51 for the Town Hall to activate. Can the Wizards activate it though for the Hog Riders? Yes, they will. Hog Riders redirect. How perfect was that? Hog Riders were going to be gone. Also got to that 51%, but the Hog Riders would have been under tremendous damage if they hadn't have redirected. It's got Hog Riders coming all around now. Scattershot with a Tesla farm and 2 Wizard Towers on the back end is going to be very dangerous, given that there's no spells, but the Queen and the healers doing everything they can. Scattershot gets to work on the Hogs though, and they will go down incredibly quick here. Royal Champion, in the midst of all this, trying her best to take down this area. If she gets the Scattershot, she can use the ability to get through the Teslas. Come on, through it goes. Only takes down 2 Teslas. 44 seconds. Is it enough? We've got wizards around the base, a whole pack of them, a full health Queen. Is it going to be enough here? Lots of archers. Queen has got pretty easy access onto the cannon and the Teslas. 30 seconds. Come on, fail time. You can do this. Gets the cannon. Skelly Trap pops, which will slow him down. Needs to put the balloon in to the Tesla. There it goes. 20 seconds. It's looking good for fail time. He's going to get the 3 stars, and that will put CruncHTime in the lead over OneHive, leapfrogging them into the lead. Still behind on percentage. We might have joined this war late, but it has been ever so exciting ever since we've got here, and still 2 attacks left per team. Let's check out the other 3 stars whilst we have a second, but if a live attack comes in, we will dive across to that. So Kevin of CruncHTime used the hybrid attack for this base. If we don't get time to see it, I will be sure to show it at the end of the war, guys. However, the Yeti Blimp was his method of choice with the rage spell, taking out the Scattershot and creating pathing for his Queen as well. Beautiful job. Lured the Clan Castle. She is then drawn straight around the side and up that area of the base. How does he take the Town Hall? Do the Hogs and Miners just literally take that area? It's looking likely. Let's fast forward so that we don't see that live attack, but so that the Queen can get through the ice golems. There we go. Now there's going to be more action happening here. The Queen walks up that side. Interesting approach here. Hogs and Miners it is. Queen will get to the back end Scattershot. So it looks like Hogs and Miners just took apart the rest of the base. What a brilliant approach. And what a brilliant, like, if you never want the Queen to go through a wall, right? Or you never usually do, but that was pretty epic. She decides to go through, gets access to the multi and the Queen, not to mention continuing to thin the base for the Hogs and Miners. What an OP Queen, and distracts the Scattershot. Even if she doesn't get it, she distracts it, so that when the Hogs and Miners go through, it's not an issue. Look at them all. Under the Grand Warden's ability, as the Eagle Artillery slams down, it's not an issue. Queen goes through another wall onto the Scattershot. Interestingly, uses a heal spell. I might have missed that. Either the healers were taking huge damage, but I don't think that was the case. I think it was a misclick. The heal was already selected because of the Hogs and Miners, and that was used. So Kevin swagging the heal spell and still getting it done for this one. What an absolute beast, taking down the base in style. Royal Champion just about missed the single, but he got it anyway. Queen clearing up that side, Archer up the top area as well. Let's fast forward through in case that attack comes in from OneHive, but CruncHTime now in the lead and looking to top the group for the Pinnacle Cup. Level 8 Pidgey for OneHive. They trail by a star. They might be that little smidge ahead on percentage. They're behind by a star, which is the main thing. The Yetis and Bowlers. His method of choice. A couple of balloons used to take out the Archer Tower, but also to check for any SAMs in the area. The Battle Blimp comes in, interestingly, to the single Inferno. Is he going to be able to get the Scattershot here, which surely is the main target? Yeti do bounce over towards it, but not going to get it. Or do they? They take the Expo, but they don't get the Scattershot. I would have thought that that was a much better target, but granted, well, probably not even more difficult to get to. Could have flown in between the Yeti and the Multi-Inferno, but then might not have quite had the pathing. Let's see how it turns out. Difficult one there. Couldn't necessarily get both pathing and value. Had to go for one of the other. And pathing 99% of the time is what you want to go for, because if your troops walk then it's history. Uses a couple of balloons. Grand Warden, though, has to auto-use the ability, and that happened for him in the last war as well. Oh, that is heartbreaking for OneHive. They don't have that Grand Warden's ability. Going to be able to sideswipe the Town Hall, so he's not going to be affected by the Giga Bomb, but you've got to make sure that that is right. Struggle to get through the Lava Hound, and well, that's where mixing your CC up is always the best option. The scatter shot down to the left is going to do tremendous damage as well, because the Yeti are stuck. 2 scatter shots side by side, wiping out this area. Level 8 Pidgey will be able to get the 2 stars, but only just. The percentage lead that they may have had is definitely slipping away here, because this one will be a low percentage. Probably will drive up into the 70s, given that there's a lot of trash buildings on the outside, but that's all it's going to be. There's no way that he can get into the defenses here. King and Queen's ability are still there, but the defenses are standing strong. Let's see what percentage he can get. Can he keep the percentage victory for OneHive? Because as long as they get a 3-star in their final attack, they might be able to pull back ahead of CruncHTime if they can keep the percentage high. However, CruncHTime getting 3-star after 3-star, they're in the driving seat. If they get another one, then that is it. Percentage continues to drive up with the King and Queen's ability. It's probably looking more like in the 90s, but surely he's not getting this. Surely, with the Queen on the outside, the multis will take him down. I do like the use of the balloon, trying to get in there whilst all the multi-beams are distracted. Wow, he's into the 90s. So he does keep the percentage up for OneHive. If they get a 3-star at the end, then he could get it. Might even be 98. 97 it is. I definitely didn't think that percentage was going to be on the board, but definitely a close one. Skyfall of CruncHTime coming up against a common Legend League style base, the Troll Ring base. Is it going to be enough? We've seen this. We have seen this base, and I believe it was probably the base of Maddie as well. He's using the same base that was just hit when OneHive played against only the Brave. Now, the best way of doing this is using the Queen charge down one area and then using the Battle Blimp on the other area to cut the funnel either way. Healers get saved by the Air Sweeper, who pushes them out of the way of the multi. That was epic. All of the Yeti and Bowlers come in at this point, saving that Battle Blimp. Could that be used for the Town Hall? You could send that straight into the Town Hall and take it down. That's probably going to be the best option here, just merging it in as everything else comes through. Bowlers move around. He's not bothered waiting, because all he needs is the Battle Blimp to the center, but he's got to get that. Still has the Royal Champion. In comes the Royal Champion to the Scatter Shot and the Expo. She will take a lot of damage. Bowlers and Yeti continue testing with the balloons to see where they go, but the Battle Blimp will go to that Town Hall. However, if he can swap to a Slammer, then obviously that is a much better option. Royal Champion goes down. Town Hall activated, goes with the Blimp to be safe, because everything at the south has gone down, so it is going to be a low percentage 2-star. Definitely not what CruncHTime needed. They're still a star ahead, which means OneHive need the 3-star, but if they get the 3-star, then they could go ahead on percentage here. Safe 2 when you've got the Battle Blimp, but it's only going to be 60%. Keeps them in it. Still means that they're in the lead in terms of stars, slipping away on percentage. OneHive with an opportunity to take this. One Archer at the bottom will be pummeled by the Eagle Artillery. Down she goes. 57% it is for Skyfall. Here we go then. It is Raze of OneHive. If he gets the 3, then it could be an issue. But if he doesn't, then OneHive are going to have to rely on CruncHTime not getting the 2. Starts off with the Battle Blimp to take down one Scatter Shot. Can he get the second here? Raze is going to get it. 2 scatter shots taken down. That's where sometimes it's good to have the scatter shot in order to try and sideswipe, in order to work together to take down the troops, but leaves it susceptible to both go down. This is a good start from Raze. Huge value getting 2 scatter shots. Baby Dragon goes down to the Sam. Queen going to take the clan castle. Nervy time here for CruncHTime. I mean, they've still got 2 victories. They're still going to power forward in this tournament, but beating OneHive will be good for confidence, and winning the division obviously puts you in a better stead moving forward. Archer Queen moving in, getting towards that town hall. She shouldn't go anywhere, but she could be drawn up to the elixir collector, but no, she does come down to the gold storage, which is good. To the town hall, takes that, and miners and hogs. Then straight into the multi. This looks good for Raze, you've got to say. All of the miners coming in. King has got an easy funnel down this side, going to be able to keep miners straight through the base, and they've got a clear L shape. 2 heal, 2 freeze, uses the Grand Warden's ability early to get through the multi and Eagle Fire, but is that enough? Queen is going to be stuck on a wall here. She's going to be helpful. Miners continue to move through. Have they got enough power? There's a lot of base left, but he's got a lot of spells. Uses the freeze to get the eagle, 2 expos, and the queen. Pops that king ability to keep the miners on the inside. Decides to freeze that area again because it's such good value, and it is. But he's got to use the rage and the heal in combination soon because the miners are going down quick and there's a lot of base to get through. Decides to use the rage. And now the heal, it's looking better and better for CruncHTime. It was looking good, but unfortunately just too much base to get through. And I think he's waited too long on the heal. I would have definitely used that heal beforehand. Only a couple of miners. They're trying to get to the single. They do. That is the savior for the queen, but with 20 seconds, it will be a time fail. Pretty close. I think if the heal had have been used on the miners and hogs earlier, it certainly could have been a better attack. It's close, but it is going to be short on time. It's still a high percentage, but it's not enough for OneHive, allowing CruncHTime the opportunity to seal the deal. Get the 2 stars and win the war. They're behind on percentage. They can't even catch up on percentage even with a 3-star, but with a 2 they will get it done. Let's very quickly have a look at this 3-star attack, and then we will go to the live attack. We'll come back to it if needed, but let's see if we can at least show you guys how this one got it done. Battle Blimp to the town hall with the Yetis, takes it down. The ice golems then come out, which is a very popular clan castle method. Able to take that down with the queen, and then we've got the funnel look on the left side for the queen to be driven straight in. Get the scatter shot, the multi, the enemy queen. Such good value. Here's the live attack. We'll have to come back to it because CruncHTime with Sham 1 have the opportunity to win this war and win every single one in their division of the Pinnacle Cup, finishing strong for the group stages moving forward. Just needs the 2 stars. He's got every plan B under the sun here. Starts with the queen charge. It is an anti-3-star base, which means should be good for the 2 stars. The queen will charge to that town hall. Starts with a couple of loons to test. With that baby dragon, keep the queen on track where he needs her to go. Is she going down to this area? Drops the wall breakers. As long as she gets into this compartment, she is good. Activates the town hall. Needs to freeze to protect the healers. He does. And the 1st star is secured. But the queen's walking already. Uses the ability. Healers outside of the rage. This is gutting. She walks the wrong way. Wrong side of the wall, has to use the next rage, so that 1st rage spell is wasted. 2 stars pretty much in the bag. Going to be the victory for CruncHTime. I say pretty much in the bag. He needs 30% with the rest of the troops, which is pretty self-explanatory in terms of getting it, but will be gutted not to have got further than this. Has to freeze the Queen and the Expo, and just does it, but the Queen caught in the tornado trap, and she does go down. Nothing going right for Sham 1. Wow. Beautiful troll area from OneHive. The siege barracks comes in, and I think I'd be tempted to just ensure of driving percentage on the outside of the base. All of the Hog Riders come in. Oh, they take a lot of damage from that scatter shot straight away. Grand Warden's ability is used, but how many went down? I think there was a good proportion of Hogs went down, up to 30%. Come on, CruncHTime, do not tell me that this is going to be close. Hog Riders in the center go down. Grand Warden has the ability, still has a heal for the Hogs on the outside, 42%. It's getting closer, but until we see the 2 stars, I will not be resting. 49, there it is. 50, the 2 stars. A scary attack, but it is enough to secure the victory for CruncHTime, getting the extra 3-star on the board. And I do apologize for getting into this war late. However, it hasn't been shy of drama. We have seen end-to-end stuff. And GG to CruncHTime. Obviously, I'm a huge part of CruncHTime, bringing you their content, bringing you their recaps. And I'm so happy that they've put on such a strong performance in the Pinnacle Cup, getting victory after victory after victory now. But it's a 64% 2-star. There we go. War is ending. Let's very quickly skip through the rest of this attack so you can see how it went down before seeing that final result. So after the town hall went down, the Queen Charge came into this bottom area. That was a very good move. Like the use of the loons and the baby dragon, just helping that funnel. Everything was timed perfectly there for Matty. And what an absolute beast. He has got 3 stars in the Pinnacle Cup group stages. Hogs then move through, one heal after another, no stopping them as they just go through the base in style. Royal Champion's ability finishes things off, but it wasn't enough as CruncHTime get the victory, a lower percentage, but 3 stars are 3 stars, and that's all you need. CruncHTime getting the 12-11 victory over OneHive, but both will indeed be in good standings. It's interesting to see who wins. CruncHTime moved to the next stage. Who is joining them? We don't quite know yet, but we will find out. More info from the Pinnacle Cup in the description, but that is going to wrap it up. Thank you for watching.